Hey guys, in today's video I want to share my thoughts and personal experience on when it's the right time to quit your job. I'm Alex, UK chartered engineer, European engineer and certified career coach for engineers. So let's start by going over some of the main signs that it might be time for a change. Then I'll give examples including from my own career. The first sign: constant dissatisfaction, stress, unfair treatment, discrimination, being humiliated at work, offensive language, poor company culture, and toxic work environment. The second sign: no room for growth or development. So this isn't always actually the most important reason to change the job. For example, for me, career growth is no longer a top priority. It's usually more relevant for younger professionals who are still trying to grow their careers, right? The next sign: low salary and no prospects for promotion. So this is one of the strongest reasons because let's be honest, we all work to earn money, right? Next sign: your personal life is suffering. So you are constantly exhausted and your job is taking all your energy and time. So there is no like a work-life balance, right? For example, I've never accepted jobs that involved long or unequal rotations like 45, 15 or 60 to 30 days, etc. The next sign is your health. So if your job is hurting your physical or mental health, get out. The next sign: the company is clearly in decline. So if we take the oil and gas industry, for example, right? So this could mean falling production rates and the company slowly dying. So also many people believe that if you lost interest in your job, feel no motivation or inspiration, then it's time to leave. I agree, but let's be realistic. Probably more than 90% of people working full-time don't really enjoy their job anymore. So they've lost all passion, but they all keep working until retirement, right?
Sending hundreds of resumes but not getting any response? Engineer-Now is a platform for creating resumes for engineers of all professions. The most crucial aspect of a technical specialist's resume is their professional skills. On the Engineer-Now platform, technical skills and competencies for almost all engineering professions have been manually selected, and you can add them to your resume with just one click. In today's world, most companies use AI algorithms to screen resumes, so even the format of your resume matters during the selection process. Engineer-Now uses formats tested over the years on hundreds of engineers. Use what truly works.
So now let's go deeper and look at each of these points with examples. Let's start with the toxic culture, abusive bosses, delayed paychecks or unpaid overtime. So there is no need to think twice, right? So the real question is, why are you still there? You should be looking for a place where you are respected and valued, right? Now, is low salary always a valid reason to quit? So first we need to ask, what does low actually mean, right? So one person could be happy with a salary of $1,000 a month, right? But another could be unhappy with $10,000 a month, right? So it all depends on several factors: the country and city you live in, so the local cost of living, I mean, right? Your family size, your needs and spending habits, and of course many more things, right? But generally you should compare your salary to the market average in your country. So if let's say a good engineer in your field is earning let's say 5,000 in one city and 15,000 in another, and your salary is only 6,000, but the country average is, let's say, 7,000, then yes, so your salary is objectively low. When I started my career, I was making only $500 for a 14-day rotation. That was a low salary. Even after almost 10 years of working up, I was still only earning about 1,500 for the same 14-day rotation, and that was still considered low. So why didn't I leave earlier? So there were a few big reasons actually. The first, it was an international company with a long-term career potential, especially the opportunity to move abroad, which was actually my main goal. You know, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice for bigger dreams. Second, the team. It was actually the best team I've ever worked with. My managers were expats, the culture was fantastic. In nearly 10 years, no one ever raised their voice at me, never used the full language. The third thing, the learning opportunities. I was a young specialist with no experience, so I wasn't very valuable on the job market yet. But here I had the chance to study abroad. So in the first 5 years, the company invested around $50,000 in my education. So I used to travel to the Netherlands 4 or 5 times a year for trainings, staying there 2-3 weeks each time. So that was actually amazing. The fourth thing is the work-life balance. The rotations were equal. It was 21-21 or 28 days. So which worked great for me. And the next one is a strong career growth. So in just 6 years, I went from a student to a department head, moving through 4 different job groups. So overall, everything about the job was great except the salary. But after almost 10 years, I started to feel burnout. I wasn't interested in any of the other positions in the company anymore. I knew the equipment inside and out, and everything became, the too routine. So I wanted to follow my dream, to work offshore and live somewhere warm. So yes, low salary isn't always the main reason to leave immediately, especially if everything else suits you like it did for me. And most importantly, if you understand why you are earning less now and what it's for. Okay, so in my case, I had a goal. I spent years learning, growing, getting certified, and after almost 10 years, my salary increased 10 times. By the way, actually, if you are interested in building an international career or want my personal advice, there is a link down below this video. So I speak with engineers from different backgrounds all the time. So many of them say they've been doing the same job for like 8 or 10 years and their salary hasn't changed at all. And only now they start thinking, oh, something isn't right, I don't understand actually why you've stayed that long. So if your career hasn't progressed at all, the time to quit was 10 years ago actually. So in general, here is the rule. If you join a company and there is no training, no career path, and the pay is low, that's already your sign to start looking for another job. So this is especially true if you are a young professional with lots of potential to grow. For me personally, things like training and the career progression are no longer a priority. So I don't really care if a company offers learning programs or if I can move up the ladder. I care more about salary, the company's future, its culture and the environment and the workload in the company. How well the work is organized. So in other words, how comfortable I feel and whether I have a good work-life balance. So, but when you are young, it makes sense to sacrifice a bit, and especially the salary for the long-term opportunities. But if you already have like 7, 8, 10 or more years of experience and you still have a low salary, no training, no growth, a toxic boss or team, or the company itself is struggling, then it's time to find something better. So let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. See you soon. Bye bye.